Yo, YouTube, what's up? Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence, August 21st, Las Vegas, Nevada, live Fox pay-per-view. As most of you already know. But, yeah. Both fighters confirmed on their social medias. Manny Pacquiao posted a picture of the poster. No caption. He said, no caption. No need to talk. No need to explain. This is the big fight. Y'all know it's a big fight. This is what y'all been asking for. Here you go. Errol Spence posted a poster with a caption that says, done deal. See y'all in Vegas for the biggest fight of the year. He adds his normal hashtag, hashtag man down, hashtag strap season, hashtag big fish, but he throws in hashtag blame Bob. Now, I'm gonna let you imagine what that means. But yeah, this fight right here, these are the type of fights that we need for boxing. These are the big fights that we need to keep boxing at the top. To keep these fighters that aren't boxers coming in wanting to box. Because boxing is the #1 sport. #1 combat sport. Let's keep it that way, baby. Let's keep it that way. But man, we got some big fights this year, man. And Errol Spence says this is the biggest fight of the year. We had Canelo Saunders, we had Taylor Ramirez, we got Jamal Charlo, Brian Castano, we got Fury Wilder 3, and so on. But this is definitely the biggest fight of the year. And I'm even going to go on a limb and say that this is the biggest fight since Mayweather Pacquiao. I said it. I know we had Triple G, Canelo 1 and 2. We had Fury Wilder 1 and 2. We had a lot of good fights since Mayweather Pacquiao. But this one is the biggest to me. And the reason why, Errol Spence is a star. He's that guy at 147. But the reason why I think it's the biggest is because Manny Pacquiao is the reason why it is the biggest fight since Mayweather Pacquiao. This is 2-year layoff. We haven't seen Manny Pacquiao in 2 years. 2 years. So that's one reason. People, they ready to see Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao been out of the ring too long. I want to see him. 2 years. So that's the #1 reason. Number 2, he's 42 years old. People want to see if a 42-year man, these people that's watching boxing, that's older, they ready for Manny Pacquiao. They ready for Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao about to whoop that guy's butt. That young whippersnapper, he about to whoop his butt. I can't wait. Shout out to those old guys. So that's like my dad. My dad is the same way. My dad's like, Manny Pacquiao about to kick his butt. So the older guys, they want to see this guy that they've watched for many years, see him whoop this young cat. So that's 2, 42 years of age, and not only older people, just people in general. People, Manny Pacquiao fans, just fans in general. They want to see, can a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao beat a guy who is arguably the #1 guy in the division at 42 years of age? So those are 2 reasons. Those are 2 reasons right there for you. We haven't seen Manny Pacquiao 2 years. And then on top of that, it's Manny Pacquiao. People want to watch Manny Pacquiao. If you ask people, name one boxer, maybe 85 of them, 85, maybe higher than that. But I'm going to say 85% would say Manny Pacquiao, because a lot of them know, a lot of people that I talk to, they know Manny Pacquiao. Now, for the fight, man, this is going to be a tough fight. No matter if you're a Manny Pacquiao fan, no matter if you're an Errol Spence fan, this is a tough fight for both fighters. Now, Errol Spence, he's never been in the ring with someone like Manny Pacquiao. It is hard to get ready for a guy like Manny Pacquiao. You can't just bring any guy like, hey, come here. Be like Manny Pacquiao, It's going to be hard to find somebody that can be like Manny Pacquiao. it's just gonna be hard. It will be hard. But we all know Errol Spence is that hardworking guy. Errol Spence is a beast. He gonna come in there prepared because we heard a lot of things about Keith Thurman. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like Keith Thurman just overlooked Manny Pacquiao. You look at Manny Pacquiao, he's 40 years old, man. I'm about to beat this guy up. And then we heard that Keith Thurman was out gambling with Adrian Broner 2 o'clock in the morning before the weigh-in. Stuff like that. Errol Spence ain't gonna be like that. Errol Spence ain't gonna be like that. But yeah, man, you just gotta be. Errol Spence is gonna have to be ready for Manny Pacquiao's feet. He hasn't fought anybody with the feet of Manny Pacquiao. He hasn't fought anybody that uses the angles like Manny Pacquiao. He hasn't fought anybody that's as fast as Manny Pacquiao. And you could arguably put as strong as Manny Pacquiao. It's gonna be a tough fight for Errol Spence, man. I just feel like when it comes to Errol Spence, he is a guy that, has his head on straight and he will actually prepare hard for this fight. So, let's go. But yeah, man, it's still gonna be a tough fight for Errol Spence. Man, I can't even express like even at a 42-year-old. Even a 42-year-old Manny Pacquiao, man. I just recently watched, even before the announcement, I recently watched Manny Pacquiao Thurman. And Manny Pacquiao still got it, man. He's still, he's still that dude, man. He's still fast. He's still strong. He still can use them angles. And he's still just, that, he'll light you up quick, too. Like, he'll jump in, hit you about 4 times, jump back out, and be up, on this side. You'll be just running, looking like this. So it's going to be a tough fight for Errol Spence. For Manny Pacquiao, man, Manny Pacquiao has fought bigger guys, throughout his career. But Manny Pacquiao hasn't fought bigger guys at 42 years of age. That is the biggest, question mark to a lot of fans is that Manny Pacquiao's been out of the ring for 2 years. Manny Pacquiao's 42 years of age. Is he going to be able to do it? Errol Spence is pretty tough. Some people have him as the #1 guy in the division. And, yeah. Manny Pacquiao is definitely capable of beating an Errol Spence, as well as Errol Spence is capable of beating a Manny Pacquiao. Both are capable. You can never put Manny Pacquiao down. You can never just say, oh, Manny Pacquiao's getting knocked out first round, 4th round, 5th round. Manny Pacquiao's getting beat easily. I already know, 100%. You can never do that. If you do that, you're just a fanboy of the other fighter. Because you can never just count Manny Pacquiao out 100%. Now, Manny Pacquiao, when it comes to Manny Pacquiao, when I watched the Keith Thurman fight, Manny Pacquiao seemed to fade in, around like the 5th to like not really as much the 5th. Like he faded a little bit in the 5th and came back 6th, a little bit 7th. But man, he started to fade just a little bit, man, and you could notice that in the fight, and that is due to the advanced age. So I know a lot of people talk about Manny Pacquiao. He got the speed, he got the power. Even Manny Pacquiao stated, he's faster than Errol Spence, stronger than Errol Spence. His feet is better than Errol Spence. But one thing that I'd like to see Manny Pacquiao really focus on this camp for Errol Spence is the conditioning. Just to be able to maintain that speed and power throughout the whole 12 rounds. Because if you've watched Errol Spence, you know that Errol Spence is a guy, he'll touch you throughout the fight. Eventually he starts breaking you down until later rounds, and eventually either stopping you or just beating you up. So that is one thing that I like to see Manny Pacquiao, as well as the speed and the power. But just work on, the conditioning. That way you can make this, speed, power last through the whole 12 rounds. But when it comes to both guys, man, both guys have a huge chance of winning. Both guys are amazing to watch. Manny Pacquiao, there's really nothing that hasn't already been said about that man. He's, one of the greatest to ever put on a pair of boxing gloves. You have to give that man his respect. Even if you're a Floyd Mayweather fan, you got to give that man respect. You have to. You have to at least, something. We all see, I'm a Floyd fan, I'm a Pacquiao fan, but we all see who Floyd Mayweather fighting. And we see who Manny Pacquiao's fighting. It's night and day. And for Errol Spence, man, nobody in boxing is doing what Errol Spence is doing right now, man. And that, what I mean by that is nobody is fighting this, tough fight after tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. He went through Mike Garcia, which a lot of people talk trash about Mike Garcia, but the same people that talk trash about Mike Garcia being too small are the same people that said he was going to beat Errol Spence. So he fought Manny Pacquiao, who was in the top 10, pound for pound. Sean Porter, who was top 5, at least top 4, at least top 4 in the welterweight division. Danny Garcia, after the life-threatening car wreck, comes back, fights Danny Garcia, doesn't take a tune-up, instead make Danny Garcia look like a tune-up. Danny Garcia at least top 5, 6, somewhere around there, and then now he's fighting the legend himself. So, man, nobody's doing what Errol Spence is doing right now, so we got to give a big shout out to both of those guys, man, because these guys are both doing great things. Manny Pacquiao, 42 years old, is taking on somebody that is 11 years younger than him. It's crazy. But, I've even heard people say, Manny Pacquiao, he's cashing out. This is his cash out. He wants to fund his campaign to run for president. Maybe he does. Maybe he does want to, fund his campaign to run for president. But Manny Pacquiao ain't cashing out. Manny Pacquiao don't cash out. Manny Pacquiao is not one of those guys that's, Manny Pacquiao respects the sport more than probably, 90% of the guys fighting. Maybe 95 or something like that. Manny Pacquiao is that, he is dedicated and respects the sport too much, to just call it a cash out. Even if he is trying to collect the biggest bag, he gonna still come in there and try to put Errol Spence on his. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about though. But man, at the end of the day, this is a great fight. This is a great fight for boxing fans, and I'm looking forward to August 21st, and I can't wait. Will Manny Pacquiao be able to defeat, arguably the number 1 welterweight in the division at 42 years of age, or will Errol Spence just be too much for Manny Pacquiao? Y'all let me know down in the comments who y'all got winning the fight, and how does it end? Decision, knockout? What y'all want, draw? What happens? Y'all let me know down in the comments, and till next time, peace.